It really is an honor just to have the love and the support, and man, I'm just everybody deserves it as far as I'm concerned.
Well, let's start this. The moment that you're here, you're getting ready to do a tour. Talk about that, if you would.
Yes, the destination tour is just an intimate time where I wanted to kind of invite people in. I had just written a book and got to some intimate details, and I wanted to give people a chance to just come in my world and breathe, experience some good music. I'm also on the beginnings of releasing a new album, so a new album's on the way, so they'll get to hear they'll be the first to hear the new music from the album, people who come out to the tour.
Well, people know a bit about your story. You've put this in book form. You tell some elements about what God has done in your life. Tell me what you wanted to communicate with folks through this book.
Really, it's just the transformative process. I think a lot of people think, oh, I met Jesus and everything's great now. And I wanted people to understand that it's a process, and that, a person can be removed from slavery in an instant, but it takes a lifetime to get the slavery out of the person. And that's what God had, has consistently been working on me in. So I just want to give encouragement and hope to people who may feel like they've let everyone down. Their walk didn't pan out the way they wanted it to pan out. There's still hope. There's still time. And God has invested so much into your future that there's no point in living in your past.
The title of the book is?
Unashamed. The book is called Unashamed. So, yes, go get it.
Well, let's go back in time. Anomaly, an album. It's been out for, what, a couple of years?
Yeah, it's been out for a couple years last month. And, man, it's been a blessing to have the support and just the people still, supporting me even after all that long span of time, waiting on a new album. So, yeah.
Tell me what you wanted to communicate through that Anomaly project.
Yeah, Anomaly was really me, in essence, saying that I recognize I'm unique and I'm no longer vying for the acceptance of other people, that I've already been accepted by God. And so, I say if you live for people's acceptance, you'll die from their rejection. And God has already accepted me. So don't, worry yourself with being accepted by people, and be who you were created to be. And that's what I was articulating on Anomaly was, yes, I'm an anomaly, and let me live that out. Let me flesh that out.
Well, let's talk just a bit about, if I can say it like this, not only your place in the body of Christ, but your place in the world. God has given you unique giftedness, not only musically, but he's given you a message as far as how we are to treat and understand one another. Talk about that call that you believe God's placed on your life.
Yeah, I'm blown away by looking at Jesus's articulation of the Good Samaritan, and how two people who are supposed to be opposed to each other, a Samaritan and a Jewish leader, they should not have even wanted anything to do with each other. But yet, the Samaritan, who knows he'd be shunned and looked frowned upon by this Jewish man who's going to worship and gets beaten, lays his life down for this man, goes above and beyond to serve this man, despite all the tension, despite all of the ethnic differences, despite all of that. It's hey, I'm here to unify, I'm here to love, and that's really what I want to see people begin to do, is to have dialogue, to begin to know one another, to sit at the same table, to share meals, so that there won't be cultural blind spots in anyone's perspective.
What do you think is the thing that needs to be understood the most, especially between the African American community and the Anglo community?
I think one thing to take into consideration is that there are cultural nuances that that we're not fully grasping. A lot of us are looking at things from a ground up perspective instead of an aerial view, and seeing the holistic picture of what's going on in each community. And we have to remove a lot of the emotion that would hinder us from listening to one another, to listen and to have empathy and to have patience, to have civil dialogues. And I think what that comes down to is, honestly, that comes down to humility. And it takes a level of humility to say, let me listen, and let me hear you, and let me know you, and let me understand your perspective. And we do. If anybody's been married for any number of years, it's the same concept, right? Like, it's the same concept as a marriage. You cannot survive a marriage if neither party is willing to sit down and listen to one another and validate each other's feelings and be willing to serve. In marriages, you give 100 and expect 0. And that's what this is about. It's about servitude. It's about loving one another, and that's what I want people to see.